Hello guys, this is video 5 of our Java tutorial, and in our last video we talked about the scanner and how it works, how you can get inputs from the terminal. But today we're going to use the scanner and the variables that we've learned to build a simple mini calculator. And this is how the calculator works. So input your first integer, so I'll input 20, press enter. Input your second integer, I put 7, enter. And it gives us the sum, the difference, and the product. I encourage you to pause the video right now and see if you can do this by yourself. And after, let's get right into the video. And yeah, back to the start. The first thing I want to do today is show you guys the operations we have in Java. So like we have plus, minus, division, multiplication, and different things here. So first I want to create a variable. Let's call that a. So int an integer variable a, and put that equal to 10. Remember to put the semicolon at the end. Then I want to create another variable b and put that equal to, let's say, 2, semicolon at the end. So let's see our operations and how they work. So system.out.print. So we print out things. Let's see, print out a plus b. Let's see what that does. You should print out 12. So we have the plus. Let's see, a minus b. It should print out 8 because 10 minus 2 is 8. So that works. Let's print out a times b. So times is this asterisk thing here. So if you want to do multiplication, just use the asterisk symbol. So a times b should be 10 times 2, should print out 20. Let's run that and see. 20, it works. Then division is the slash. So a is division b. So a divided by b. 10 divided by 2 should be 5. Should just confirm that everything works. So yeah, we know everything works, but there's something tricky about division though, and that's what I'm about to show you guys. So let's say we change a, instead of a being 10, we put a as 11. So what is 11 divided by 2? 11 divided by 2 normally you get 5.5, right? But if we run a divided by b here, we're gonna get what? 5, because Java doesn't like round the numbers. It just removes the decimal place. So Java does floor division every time you use the slash. It does floor division. So if we actually want to get 5.5, instead of using ints, we have to use floats. Remember when we did the variables and we said the different type of data types? Floats is like the ones that have decimal place. So if I have float a and float b, and we do a divided by b this time, we should get 5.5. Yes, I'll see 5.5. So yeah, so if you want to actually use a calculator like we have, so you actually need to use floats, because like float gives you the exact values instead of always rounding them down. So if I put this back to 10, it's still the same thing. 10 divided by 2, you should get 5, but this time you see 5.0, same as 5. Okay, so yeah, we have all that done. And the next thing I want to show you guys is comparison. So we have different types of comparison. We have the less than, greater than, equal to, and as from your mathematics here, that's what different types of comparison that we have. And each of those in Java return either true or false. So it returns a Boolean value. So let's say you want to print a greater than b. Is 10, first of all, is 10 greater than 2? Yes. So this should print out true. I see here true. So if we change this, instead of greater than we put less than, this is gonna print out false, because 10 is not less than b. 10 is not less than 2, so it should print out false. Then say equal to. Equal to isn't this. This is technically assignment operator instead of an equal operator. Equal operator uses 2 of them. So equal equals. So when we run that, we'll see false because 10 is not equal to 2. So yeah, we also have not equal to. Is 10 not equal to 2? True. So this should print out true. Not equals is the exclamation mark, then the equal to, then. So now if we remove that, remember the start of the video I showed you guys a simple project that we want to make. So now I believe we have everything that we need in order to build that mini calculator. Yeah, so let's delete all these. So the first thing we should do is to make two variables. I'll call them A and B. So make them floats, float A and float B. So once we have our two variables, this is the variables that we're going to use to create the sum, difference and products that we saw in the start of the video. So next thing we have to do is to have our scanner object. Remember from our last video, the scanner object. So scanner sc should be equal to new scanner, then what, system.in. So we have our scanner object. So we want to ask the user to impute the first integer. So that's just print. So system.out.print. So impute your first integer. Then what next should we do? We should catch that first integer. That will catch it into our variable A. So A should be equal to sc, which is our scanner, dot next int, not next line, next int. Next int captures int, dot next float. Sorry, not next int, because we're using floats data types. Int is, if we are using int data types, we are going to capture, we're going to use next int, but we're using float, so we use next float. Then we're going to ask the user again to, what is your second integer? So copy that, paste it here, then change first to second. So print out what is your second integer, then collect that second integer and put it into variable B. So B is equal to sc.nextFloat. So we have A and B as the two integers that are collected. Then we want to print out the sum, the difference and the product. You can pause the video from here if you know how to complete it by yourself, but I'm going to go into the solution right now. So we want to create three variables: sum, product and difference. So first of all, we'll create a float sum, which will be equal to A plus B. It's easy as that. Then a float difference equal to A minus B, as easy as that too. And have a float product, which is equal to A times, remember the times is this asterisk symbol, times B. So we have the three variables that we need. Then we just have to print them out in the terminal. So system dot out dot print. So we want to say sum space then plus sum. So this is going to print out sum, then it's going to print out the variable sum after I print out the sum thingy. Then we're going to have plus again, so another string. Then this time I want to go to the next line, so it's neat. Then say difference, then space, then plus our variable diff. Then same thing for products, go to the next line again, product space, then plus our variable prod, and everything should be good. Let's run this to see we're correct. What is your first integer? Let's say it's 190, not 10, so we'll be able to confirm if we're correct. Impute your second integer 2, sum is 12, difference is 8, product is 20. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. You learned the operations. That's what we did in this video. In our next video, we're going to go into something different, and yeah, I'll release the next video soon after this one. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like the video, and see you guys in the next one.